drive things off the wall.
That's us, man. 24/7.
You should expect the unexpected. I mean,
Make it known that this is all about being 100% authentic.
We are live now.
So with that being said, let's jump right in.
so let's go back into hip hop, because we was talking about that, and
Is
it really
last
hip
hip hop?
well, we could talk about that too. Couple of last week, we had a few things come out. We had Donda come out on a Sunday, right? And then by Kanye, and then we had Certified Lover Boy come out. Was it Friday that it came out? Right? Was it Friday, y'all?
That's Friday. Yep.
And
third,
it's only natural for people to compare the two albums, because it's like, okay, Donda or Certified Lover Boy, which one, right?
Hold on,
So
didn't something come out right before Certified Lover Boy? Arguably the greatest song.
was Scary Hours or something? Scary Hours 2 or something like that?
Nah,
what you talking about?
Life of the Party. We're gonna act like Life of the Party is not.
No, that came out. That came out after. Though.
That was
leaked it
after.
I thought he leaked that right before he dropped his album.
No,
right
no,
before
that was
after.
Drake did.
That was
He
after.
leaked that after.
Okay.
So but we will get into that. Before we get into that, though, Drew and Mike, we've had our conversations externally, about which one was better. I personally says, well, before I give my answer, let me just say I don't think neither one is really that groundbreaking, right? I think in a few months we're probably going to be forgetting about both of them. But if I had to choose, I actually choose Donda over Certified Lover Boy. I think that there's more content on Donda's that is appealing to me than Certified Lover Boy. But that's not to say that Certified Lover Boy don't have hits. I just kind of lean towards Donda more. Now, of course, Walt doesn't care much for Kanye, as he says. And if I remember correctly, Crystal, I think you lean towards Certified Lover Boy, right?
I have never heard it yet.
She hadn't listened to either one.
So I
I listened to Donda,
I thought you said you wasn't gonna listen to Donda.
but did I not put in our conversation?
Yeah.
I did, because I asked you about the features.
Oh,
Remember?
yes, you did.
I did. Shout out to Charleston.
I did.
What about you, Duke?
So I listened to both, and I actually like Donda better.
Yeah.
I think Drake put a nice album together, but I think it's still a lot of what you're hearing on the radio. It's nothing that really sets it apart from what you
Drake
hear every day.
Drake, right? It's Drake being Drake.
Yeah.
So
Can we talk about?
So
Can you ask?
Hold on.
I just have a quick question about Kanye and Drake.
Yeah.
Can someone talk about their beef or whatever that's about? Does anyone know what the real Bay Foundation is? Okay.
We'll jump to that.
So
real quick.
I did.
Drew,
I
wait,
did
hold
listen
on.
to it.
Go ahead, Walt.
I listened to both. Both, and I did not think Donda was trash. A lot of people were like, yeah, Donda was pretty garbage. It was a bad album. I didn't feel like it was bad. I
Make a
don't
decision.
know it.
Which one?
Which one did I like better?
Yes.
I didn't like either of them better. I think they were both pretty much something I don't have to spend ever again. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it was
fair.
all right. So this is my thought on it. It was consistent with who they are. I don't like Drake's current music. I don't dislike Drake as an artist. I just don't like his current music because, like Derek said, it's so he finds a wave and he rides it and he doesn't have to. Like he could literally create his own wave. Because you remember there was a point where Drake was like in his own lane.
Yeah.
And then it was like the whole.
But we can talk about that too, because you could argue that even though he was in his own lane, it wasn't really his lane.
Right,
we
wasn't.
We can talk about that.
All right, so he dominated that lane though, but he dominated it. But then when the whole Migos style of rap came through, the whole mumble-ish type rap, he kind of jumped into that wave.
Yeah, but see, like,
I never felt like he had to. I felt like, why don't you just be who you are? What made you as popular as you were? Like, just rock with that. Like people.
Well, hold on, Mike. I'll let you answer that in a moment because I know you got a lot of thoughts.
I know he ready.
Drew, what did you get a chance to listen to both albums?
So I heard a couple of songs on Donda,
Right.
and Drake I hadn't got around to it, but
Don't waste your time.
it didn't. Yeah, I was about to say it didn't really. Donda. I mean, so it seemed like the especially here in Atlanta because he literally lived in Mercedes Benz. I guess to finish off the master, he was like literally in Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
Messing with the sound systems and stuff, trying to put the album out.
Hustling the people.
Right.
Yeah,
So he had this big hype about it. You know, people was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait for this album to come out." But then I didn't really hear any big real like, "Oh my God, I have to listen to this track or you have to listen to this track." And so, you know, some people was like, "Man, well, you have to, you know, this is one of the telltale signs of a great album, right?" To at least for me, you know, because I grew up in the mid-90s. So we had Outkast when they dropped, you already knew. You had Nas albums when they dropped, you knew. You knew those albums when they dropped, you knew immediately. Like, you didn't have to listen to it. You put it in first track, last track, like, oh my God, I got to listen to this over again. I didn't get that from any of these tracks. And I didn't get that from any of the people who listen to the albums like you guys. I'm not hearing that from you guys right now. So, you know, I don't feel excited to go back and try to listen to the whole album, either one of them.
Well, you don't have to. And I do not hate Nas. For the record, let me just put this out there, and I will say it.
No. I hope you're not about to go somewhere.
No. What I will say is, and then Mike, the floor is yours. I am not diminishing Nas' legend and who he is. I'm not. I'm not.
He just doesn't think that Illmatic was a classic.
What?
No. I didn't. Come on, it's not.
Mike was about to go in. Okay.
No, I didn't say that neither. What I'm saying is, I'm not a big Nas fan, and the reason why I'm not a big Nas fan is because I don't believe, with the exception of Illmatic, and It Was Written. After those, you cannot go through any of his albums from start to finish. And
Illmatic?
No, Stillmatic.
He said with the exception.
No, he said.
You said.
It was written.
Oh, Stillmatic.
You said Stillmatic.
Yeah,
Stillmatic.
You know, so you know that's just my thing. You know, Nas is. I'm not saying Nas is trash. I'm not saying that. I just don't. I don't. You know how some people be out with Prince, like Prince, right?
Yeah.
I'm like that with Nas. I'm like I don't really get up and revere Nas like how others do. You know, I'm not saying that he's trash. I'm not saying he's not a legend.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Respect.
So who does do it for you? Who does do it for you then?
All right, so you know, obviously Big, Jay. If we're going to talk about anybody new, Ross, Jada.
Say the moi.
You know,
real quick. Wait, before you speak too far past that, and I don't want to, take up too much time. So Mike,
Travis Scott, what? No,
Travis Scott.
I told you. So look, check this out, because you said Big does it for
Travis
you,
Scott?
right?
Yeah,
Wait. How far is this rabbit hole going to go, Walt?
No, it's just a quick. I just want to pause the thought. I just want to toss this out there. Because Dev said Big does it for him. Big only had 2 albums.
Okay.
Right? Yeah,
What
but
does that mean?
those albums were like.
Listen, hold on. But so are you saying that Nas's light is diminished in your eyes because of the albums after the first 2?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, see, I didn't even say or go into depth about the reason because I don't want to take over the show.
Okay,
but,
right. We're not
you know
going
what I'm
to
saying?
that.
But what I will say.
That Dev show, but
but my thing is
talking all the time, man.
my thing with Nas is that I think a lot of times his lyrics and his delivery doesn't line up with the production that he has behind him. I think his production gives him a raw deal and a disservice, and it doesn't sound good to me. You know what I'm saying? It just is not appealing to me. And it's not that he can't spit. It's not that the stuff that he's talking about is meaningful. I just think there's a lot of times when the production is off and your flow doesn't sound good on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post on social media.
I'll give you that on Facebook. Yeah, it's been a few times like that.
That's it.
Yeah, it's been a few
right there.
That's an
I'm gonna
argument.
cut that up. I'm gonna cut that up so it says Dev hates Nav and his That's it.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's gonna
That's what
get
I'm
a
putting out
big.
there. Just like that.
MIC, what's your thoughts on the did you listen to Certified Lover Boy and
what's your
Donda?
thoughts on
What's your
everything,
thoughts?
Donda was absolutely too long.
Yes.
It was absolutely too long. Like let's assess people's attention span. Like if you're trying to get a message across, or you're trying to get a whole bunch of spins because you put a whole bunch of songs on there. Like what is your what message are you trying to get across? So that part, like, it threw me a little bit. And then he tried to do like most people do, right? They try to get new energy. So he brings in people who you wouldn't think he would. And sometimes it worked. Sometimes it worked on here. Some of them joints, it was okay. But a lot of it was sonically it was good. But like what he was rhyming about, like I couldn't really get with it. And sometimes it didn't match the other people he was dealing with. Like that's my thought process on that particular album.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too. It's like he was really heavy into the spiritual lane, and a lot of the artists that he had on there weren't matching that energy.
Yeah,
I think Hov was the only one that matched even close to that energy, and everybody else was kind of like they're doing their own thing
on a Kanye track.
And it's like this track is about, some of them were clearly just overtly about God.
Yeah,
but you wasn't talking about none of that.
But you know what? I think that was one of the things that I actually liked about it. I like the other people. I like what they brought to the tracks, right? So it wasn't, even though his verse may not have outshined the other people's on there, you know what I'm saying? Just put together, like, and you know what I mean, what he brought, what the other people brought, and sonically, you know what I mean, the tracks and everything behind it. For me, I like that. That's what stood out to me.
Okay. So you thought they fit. So you're saying you thought they fit?
Well, I'm not saying that they necessarily fit. I like the fact that.
Why do I feel like Mike is setting you up for failure?
No, I'm just saying. I wasn't saying that it fit, but I like what the other people brought. Right, I like what the other people brought.
Okay.
To the track.
Mike said. So you're saying it fit?
He laid in on it, right? You see that? You see how he laid in?
This is just my personal opinion. Like it didn't fit. It was too long. I'm just trying to get to, like, usually he drops projects that have has a theme to it. And like, you're like, okay, I can wrap my head around this. This is dope. Or I don't like it, even though the theme is consistent. He just was like, yo, God and Playboy Cardi or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. He just was whatever.
So I'll give you that he's definitely consistent in theme, but he has not been, since Graduation, I don't think he's put out an album that has been coherent, I'll say.
Okay.
Like, the themes have all been the same, but the coherence of this is actual,
like his first joints.
Yeah, it's and not that he has to stay in that first, I guess, style.
Okay.
But it's at least, if you're gonna grow, like, I'll use Jay as an example. Hov grew in his music, so his content has changed, but his quality hasn't suffered much. You know what I mean?
See, I thought my Twisted Dark Fantasy.
Yeah, that was dope. It's classic.
That album was tough, man. Yeah. That was a tough album.
And I guess by that time I had gotten so
far. You checked out. You checked out on
it. I did. I had checked out on Kanye just because 808s and Heartbreaks was like it for me. I was like, I cannot. That literally to me was the pinnacle of his steep downfall.
Yeah, it birthed the sound though. Like
it birthed the new Kanye.
So
it shifted him. Right. It shifted his whole lane. And I guess I just felt like at that point he had gone into like the almost heavy.
It wasn't what you was expecting.
No, it didn't have any. Yeah. It didn't have the Kanye value to it.
Right. I mean, it wasn't what it wasn't what you expected.
Even his production credits on other people's albums had value. They had substance, and I just felt like he had lost a lot of substance.
So MIC, Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy, I think that Drake gave you Drake 100% in every facet of what Drake does. Like I'm I'm a Drake with like strip beats, and he's just giving you, yo, this is my life, and he make it like when you catch the, you know what I'm saying, the double entendres in there, I'm like, oh yeah, that's fire right there. I don't need, you know, he can rhyme that way, so that way you can just listen to what he's saying. Like some of the other stuff, like you say, yeah, he tries to roll with whatever's hot, you know, but like Jay did the same thing. Jay had a lot of young people around him, and he's like, oh, that's how you rhyme, Chris and Neef? Boom, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna make it better, right? We just didn't hear it. Like they had it, he just put it out there first, and he already was solidified, so it went with it. And so Drake does the same thing with people, man. But the thing is,
he don't make it better.
He makes them better. Like he makes them, like they go, when he touch somebody's stuff, it's out of here.
Right. Jay, like you said, Jay will make the sound better. Drake doesn't necessarily make the sound better. He just seems like
I don't know that can be argued. I mean, I remember
Versace,
when he took
Versace,
but what he also did was if y'all remember, you know, his song Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
You know, Hotline Bling was the Cha-Cha by Drama.
Yep.
That's actually Hotline Bling actually was the Cha-Cha kind of redone.
Mm-hmm.
People forget that. And that's because of what Drake did. Peace, beautiful people. It's your boy Dad. Listen, man, follow, like, subscribe, 5 Things Off the Wall. We are available on YouTube and IG. 5 Things Off the Wall, 5TOTW. Peace.